Hi, it's Ran and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my favourite juice recipe. It's a fruit and vegetable juice and it is the most delicious and healthiest recipe that you will find. My gran used to make this recipe for me when I was a little kid and I have been making it ever since. It gives you loads of energy and it tastes great. So let's get into it. To start off, you will of course need a juicer. This is what my one looks like, but they don't all look like this. Moving on to the ingredients, you will need 1 average sized beetroot. If you have a small beetroot, then you might need to use 2 or even 3. On the other hand, if you have a large beetroot, then you might be able to get away with just using half. Next you will need 6 juicing apples. Juicing apples aren't anything special, they're just regular apples. They're usually a bit smaller than the eating apples. And you can really vary this. If you want to get a bit more juice, then you can use more apples. If you want a little bit less, then you can use less apples. It's really up to you. Next, you will need around 4 carrots. Now, this is like the apples. You can use a bit more, a bit less. It's up to you. Next, you will need around 4 sticks of celery. Now, depending on the size of your celery, if you've got small celery, you will need a bit more, and if you've got larger celery, you can use a little less. You will also need 1 lemon, and you will need 1 to 2 cucumbers. And finally, if you like, you can add 1/2 pepper. I would recommend using yellow peppers. I'm sure red or green would work, I've just never tried those. But if you do try them, then leave your results in the comments. Next, you will need to wash all of these different fruits and vegetables. I would recommend giving the beetroot an extra good wash because they oftentimes still have a bit of earth on them. Now you are going to need to take a chopping board and a knife, and you are going to top and tail the beetroot. And then you are going to peel the beetroot. I would recommend being careful when working with the beetroot, as beetroot stains everything. It stains skin, wood, and especially clothes. Next, you are going to need to cut your apples into quarters. This just makes it easier to get them into the juicer. If your carrots have a bit of like the leaf stem on them still, then cut the tops off your carrots. Next, cut your leaves off your celery. Now we are going to cut the top and the bottom off the lemon, and then we are going to peel it with the knife. If there is a bit of pith left on the lemon, that's fine, but try and get as much of that as you can off. Now, I didn't put a pepper in mine just because I didn't have one at home, but if you are putting pepper in, then just cut your pepper in half and remove the stalk and the seeds. Now we are just going to put the ingredients in the juicer, just turn it on, put the ingredients in the top and then put the plunger in. And I would recommend being careful when you do this, as because they're like spinning plates made for juicing the ingredients inside the juicer, it can sometimes make ingredients jump back out if you don't put the plunger in fast enough, so just be careful of that. So once you finish juicing, you should have a bucket full of the fruit and vegetable pulp on one side, and on the other side you should have a jug of juice. You just need to stir the juice all together and then let the foam separate from the rest of the juice. Once you're finished, the juice should be a nice pinky red colour with a sort of orangey foam on top. Some juicers can leave little bits of the pulp in the juice. If your juice does this and it bothers you, then just put the juice through a sieve and that will take all of that out. If when you're serving the juice into the glass you want to avoid getting too much foam in the glass, then you can just use a knife or a spoon to hold that in the jug when you're pouring it. If you have any questions or queries about this recipe, then feel free to ask. If you try the juice, then make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and share a picture of yourself enjoying the juice on Instagram with the hashtag strong, beautiful and flexible. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to give it a like. To subscribe to my channel, click here. To watch my latest video, click here. And always remember, you are strong, you are beautiful, and you can be flexible too. Bye!